promise you that baby not going by February 1st. I'm gonna beat that out of you. Suck my You're telling her you're gonna beat the baby out of her. We're gonna march her on the stand. She's gonna say she was in your room and you beat her with a hammer and you beat her stomach and told her that she was gonna push a dead baby out.
This is 18-year-old Tyleek Young, and his pregnant girlfriend has been rushed to an emergency ward so badly that she may never recover from what happened to her.
Where my dead I'll kill you. Talk about where my dead I'll burn that whole house down, nigga, and go to jail for arson too, nigga. Where my deads? Triple homicide.
Over the next 2 hours, detectives will try every tactic in the book to break through his silence. What Tyleek says and doesn't say will determine whether he spends the rest of his adult life behind bars.
But even when that comes out of your mouth, you have no remorse, you don't care, nothing. You can see it in your face.
But as investigators begin piecing together the hours after the attack, one detail about his mother may be the most disturbing part of this entire case no one expected.
That's your seed.
That's your son.
The lowest thing a human could probably do is kill that.
On May 15th, 2025, officers with the Albany County Sheriff's Department arrived at an apartment on Orange Street in Albany, New York, to execute a search warrant on the residence of Tyleek Young. 2 days earlier, staff at Albany Medical Center had filed a report concerning a teenage girl who had been brought into the emergency ward with injuries so severe that doctors immediately contacted law enforcement. At 6 months pregnant, the young lady went into premature labor from the severity of her injuries, but the baby didn't survive. What they documented was consistent with violent assault. The victim told them exactly who did it, and investigators went straight to this address.
Search. Can I put my hands up? Hang on a second.
18-year-old Tyleek Young was taken into custody without incident, but what officers found inside that apartment painted a picture of someone far more dangerous than a difficult boyfriend. Officers cataloged what they found. The significance of one item wouldn't become clear until much later. What you're about to see is the never-before-released interrogation of Tyleek Young. For the next several hours, detectives will slowly dismantle every excuse, contradiction, and deflection he hides behind. And by the end of this interview, the quiet 18-year-old sitting in this room will be forced to confront the full weight of his horrific actions.
Before we do that, I know you've been down here before with other stuff. We gotta read you your rights because you're down here, you're changing the floor, all that stuff, all right? So we'll get through that and then we'll kind of fill you in on what's going on. Says you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court.
Detectives read Tyleek his Miranda rights. But here's the thing. Tyleek is technically not under arrest at this point. He's only been brought in for questioning and has the right to request a lawyer. He can also demand to leave, but he doesn't. So detectives open with one of the oldest interrogation techniques in the book.
So we can fill you in on that. Do you have an idea of why you might be down here in the first place? Something's going on with you?
Possible idea, maybe.
Yeah, what do you think?
I would like to just figure it out first. It's not.
Something to your baby mom's?
I would like to figure it out first.
Detectives test whether Tyleek will volunteer information concerning the incident. His reaction tells them this won't be an easy question and answer session.
2 weeks ago.
Thursday, Friday.
Kelly, your baby mom, right? Was she at the house for most of the week?
I'm pretty sure not that day, definitely. But I'm trying to figure out.
Was she there?
Because you told me that you was gonna let me know what's going on. You asking me questions. You're not even letting me know nothing.
Right. Well, I'm trying to piece it together for you to see if anything rings a bell.
But so what am I sitting right here for?
We're down here talking to you, right? Because your name came up in a very serious allegation, right? You're 18 now. There's no more of that kid family court bullshit.
You heard me say county jail. I ain't say juvenile. I said county jail. I ain't say juvenile.
So this is your opportunity at this point. You know what's going on. We know what's going on. We don't have to play the cat and mouse game, right? This is your opportunity to speak, air it out, because what she's saying and what we're seeing isn't good. So we would like for you to maybe there's more going on to this story.
Tyleek instead starts asking his own questions in a bid to control the conversation. It's a pattern detectives see often, especially with young men who are generally uncooperative with law enforcement. However, the macho facade he's portraying will not last for too long, as officers put their years of experience to the test. Now, detectives shift to specifics. They bring up a hospital visit, a detail that connects Tyleek directly to the incident.
Your mom didn't drive her to the hospital?
The hospital visit is the one detail Tyleek can't explain without admitting he knew what happens to her. For now, Tyleek thinks not talking will get him out of this situation. What he doesn't realize is that detectives aren't here to extract a confession based solely on assumptions. They have a surprising advantage, and by the time they start laying it on the table, the cool, controlled suspect we're watching now will be unrecognizable.
Let's go back even further. Let's start off. How long have you and Kelly been dating?
Did you know she was pregnant with your kid? Your mom didn't know.
Tyleek isn't helping his case at all. He could ask for a lawyer if he has no intention to cooperate, but sitting there throwing daggers only signals to detectives that the allegations are true. Now, they don't have to soften the picture for him. They show him exactly what the rest of his life is going to look like.
You could sit here, you could be quiet, but I think this is something you're going to want to talk about, because the level of what she's telling us, this isn't, I know you know you're an adult, but this isn't slap on the wrist, probation again.
I'm already knowing.
Okay. So you
Anything that like, I'm gonna say this.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say this. You saying that, anything in life that I would possibly do, I'm already knowing it's not juvenile, non-secures, NSDs, group homes. It's county, prison, state, or medium.
You know, we get a lot of kids. I work in the juvenile unit specifically. We get a lot of kids that come in here, and when they turn 18, they think it's still the same.
No, not at all.
They think it's still the same
It's
game.
life.
It could be.
No, I'm just saying it's life. Like,
Yeah, it's
like,
real.
I'm just saying in general. Like, right now, it's life. Like,
Right.
it's life. Like,
Right.
Of every response Tyleek could have given in that moment, telling detectives he understands the consequences may be the most damaging. Under New York penal law, first-degree assault is classified as a Class B violent felony. It is one of the most serious assault charges in the state and carries a mandatory minimum of 5 years and a maximum of 25 years in state prison. The distinction comes down to whether someone intended to cause serious physical injury using a deadly weapon or acted with indifference to human life. A hammer to the stomach of a pregnant woman checks more than one of those boxes. If prosecutors can prove Tyleek intended to cause harm to his girlfriend and their unborn child using his work tools, he is looking at a hard time. For now, it's the detectives who are having a hard time getting anything from Tyleek, who just goes quiet whenever he wants. What happens next is entirely unexpected as officers try everything to make him talk. But before continuing, if you've ever wished payday came sooner, this might actually help. There's a banking app called Current with a bunch of useful features, and one of the main ones lets you access up to $750 of your paychecks early if you qualify. With Current, you get a full set of features like Paycheck Advance, fee-free overdraft, the Build Card, and more. Paycheck Advance is my favorite, but if you're focused on building credit or just want a smoother way to manage your money, it handles everything in one app. I actually liked the app myself, which is why I partnered with them. And right now, they're giving $75 to anyone who signs up using my link or scans the QR code on screen. If you scan the QR code, it'll take you straight to the sign-up page where you can create your account. Just go through the normal sign-up steps, enter your information, and order your Current card. After you complete those steps, you'll see the option pop up to enter my promo code, JUDGE, which unlocks the $75 bonus when you switch your direct deposit. So make sure you go through the full sign-up process so you don't miss it. If you ever feel like managing money is stressful or tight sometimes, it's definitely worth just checking out because that's literally what it's designed for, helping people like you stay more on top of their finances.
Again, I'm telling you, doesn't look good for you. There's a lot of stuff here that have already bothered a lot of people that right now we believe to be true because no one's telling us otherwise. In general,
that's the first thing that you could hear from me, like you said, and other people feel some type of way. This kid said, wasn't nothing going on. He ain't never do nothing.
So there was no physical altercation, no fight between you and Kelly? Is that what you're saying? You weren't involved in any of that?
I'm saying in life, like nothing in general.
Just in general.
If you want to try to say that, then that's what you can try to say.
We're not here trying to say anything. Our job is
Find out the truth and nothing but
correct.
the truth.
This is purely a fact finding. Let's get to the bottom of the truth of what happened, okay? A girl ended up in the hospital, a girl ended up losing a baby, a girl came in with a lot of bruises and marks to her body, and here we are. And all fingers point back at you. We didn't just pick 235 Orange Street, apartment C today. Okay? We don't just wake up one morning and say, yeah, let's grab the US Marshals and go blow this kid's door off his hinges, wake him up, wake his mom up, wake her grandkid up. You know what I mean? Your nephews? Like that. This isn't just by mistake.
What do you mean it's not by mistake?
It's not by mistake. We don't get here. We don't get to you without something
reasoning
telling us.
behind it. That's what
Correct.
you're trying to say.
Silence, for most people, is unbearable in an interrogation room. For Tyleek, it has become a weapon. Now, pushed further than he's willing to go, he shuts down entirely. It's a calculated move on his part, and for someone his age, it's a surprisingly disciplined one. Most suspects crack within the first few minutes of dead air, but the problem with silence as a defense is that it only works if the other side has nothing to play. And these detectives are sitting on more than a few questions that manage to draw his reaction out. Tyleek will eventually offer an explanation for his girlfriend's injuries, and when he does, it will be one of the most unbelievable stories detectives have ever heard in this room, and the evidence they haven't shown him yet will make that story impossible to maintain.
Alright, well let me ask you this. What did she say happened? You guys are obviously, I know maybe hot and cold relationship, but you got to the hospital with her. You were there for what, a day or two? Staying up at the hospital? Whole time.
Whole time.
So what did she say happened?
I'm gonna be honest. You check my system. I do drugs. Like I'm not even saying it like that, but so you were trying to ask me, like I really don't even be remembering a lot, to be honest. Pills, weed, all type of different shit.
What kind of pills you do?
So I'm gonna be honest.
What kind of pills you take?
Shit I'm supposed to be taking. Like you said, to talk truthful, that's truthful. Everything I've been saying is truthful, but
So you don't remember what she told you up at the hospital?
well, clearly something different, cause well, you, I mean I say y'all, you, from what you're telling me, fingers are being pointed at me. That's not the case.
Well, here's the thing. If it was my kid, and I'm sure Detective Conlon feels the same way, if my girl was pregnant with my kid, and she got beat up walking down Central Ave, I'd sure as shit want to find out what the happened. Someone killed your kid. Right?
Allegedly, yeah.
You feeling that way at all? Like, how do you feel about this situation in general?
You ask the hospital workers, go do your research, you'll see. I was there crying.
Mm-hmm.
Go outside, smoke breaks, having to chill, think. So you saying how do I feel? It's, in general, that's still up. What? Kid just died. My possible kid at that, what? Like, anybody, like you said, people that don't even know anything, they feel away if a kid just died. Innocent kid just died.
Mm-hmm. That's how we feel.
So, well, yeah, I do. Why wouldn't I feel away? That's a pretty stupid. Well, I'm not even gonna say that because I ain't really saying too much of anything to you, so you wouldn't know what to think from me. But end of the day, that's any person with common sense.
Nothing about this detective's actions is accidental. Notice how the detective doesn't interrupt. He lets Tyleek ramble even when there are contradictions, and his questions are framed like he's already on Tyleek's side. The adversarial edge an 18-year-old expects from a cop is totally absent. Look at where he's sitting. While his partner stays at the head of the table with the notepad, barely speaking, the lead detective is positioned within arm's reach of Tyleek, close enough to lean in when the moment calls for it. And look at what he's wearing. Plainclothes detectives usually wear collared shirts and slacks in the office setting, but the detective is dressed down in a hoodie over his work pants. Every detail in this interaction is a deliberate effort to make Tyleek feel less like a suspect being interrogated and more like a young man venting to somebody who understands him. But even all of that isn't enough to fully gain Tyleek's trust.
You're saying you're upset, and I believe you. You're saying you were up there crying, so you remember that.
That's in general.
So what do you remember about what she told you, what happened?
Now, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you asking me questions that you would fake know the answer to? Because now, like you said, once again, allegations are allegedly being thrown on me. And you know originally, I wasn't like anything like that. Whatever was said wasn't said.
Mm-hmm.
Against me, at least. So it's like,
well, because you're sitting here saying you weren't with her, you have no idea what happened, okay? So obviously, if you show up to the hospital, your baby mom's is beat up, has bruises all over, face, arms are swollen. You're saying you're mad, you're saying you're upset, but clearly you don't give a shit because you don't even remember what she said to you.
Tyleek won't yet admit his role in this case, so the officers reach for the one thing he can't argue with. Getting a search warrant signed involves a lot of process. A judge has to be convinced there's probable cause, a reason to believe evidence of a specific crime can be found. Another reason is when law enforcement already has necessary proof and is just completing the paperwork. One of the detectives walks out for a brief moment. When he comes back, the detective will introduce a piece of evidence so damning, so personal, that no amount of silence or deflection can explain it away.
Well, no, I do a tiny bit, because like he said, there's, y'all police, y'all have to investigate stuff. There's allegations allegedly on my name.
Yeah.
Fingers being pointed at me. So
and that's why we're trying to get your truth from you.
That's why I'm down here. But it's like, I didn't do anything though. So it's like, that's what I don't understand.
So Tyleek,
that I didn't do anything.
You're saying you don't need to convince us, and I'm not saying you're wrong for
well,
that.
no, not necessarily convince y'all, because, well, no, y'all necessarily I don't need to convince personally. Like that specifically, y'all personally, I don't need to convince. Y'all are not the people that I need to convince necessarily. Okay. Like you just was about to say, right. Judge on this, those are the people that need to be convinced, not me. But even then, like I said, I'm saying the same thing you've been saying. I didn't do anything. So that's what was just losing me in my brain.
Well, what I am saying, just like it bothered you to lose your child, just like it's bothered Kelly, your baby mom, a lot, just like it bothered everyone here a lot. If a jury comes in and looks at the facts and circumstances of this case, which is essentially a 19-year-old female getting beat to the point where her child dies, okay, you don't want us to lay out the facts against you without telling your side of the story. Do you understand? Because I could read you some stuff and I could play you some stuff right now that's going to be laid out in front of a jury, okay? We'll roll a bunch of other witnesses in, we'll roll her in to tell her side of the story, and you'll be sitting there thinking, wow, I wish I had my chance to tell my side of the story, because you're not going to have the opportunity at that point, and there's going to be people sitting up there thinking, this guy's a piece of shit, he beat the baby out of her.
Tyleek calls his bluff, and he's in for a surprise.
A text to her, or a message to her. I promise you that baby not going by February 1st, I'm gonna beat that out of you. Suck my dick.
Give a f***. I said it again. Don't talk to me.
There you go.
Tell me everything I said. I don't give no f***. I don't care how sick it was. I know everything I said. I do not give a f***. Word of my just cocky fat ass. I said again, where my dead I'll kill you, bitch. Talk about where my dead I'll burn that whole house down, nigga, and go to jail for arson too, nigga. Where my deads? Triple homicide.
In the weeks leading up to the attack, Tyleek grew increasingly hostile, and he used every opportunity to make sure his girlfriend knew it. He sent threatening texts and recorded angry voice notes laying out exactly how he planned to end the life of his unborn child. The evidence detectives have shown so far is only a fraction of what they pulled from his Facebook chat with his girlfriend. As if to drive the point home, they play another recording, a mock song, with details about what he planned to do.
It's gonna be a homicide, it's gonna be a homicide. It's gonna be a homicide.
What do you think?
Let me say this now. What do I think about
What do you
that?
think a jury's gonna think when they hear that?
First,
See
the second part, that was definitely a song. That's the little comedy part about it. But, well, yeah, it is word to my dads. Like I say it for the camera too. I'd have been, well, I'm here at this point, so I can't necessarily show you proof, but I could get proof. I could get somebody to show you proof. Like that's just in general, but I'm just saying her specifically. So that's just, yeah. Like I said. So
yeah, you're talking.
Second part was a song, and
you're talking.
Tyleek,
a jury's not going to give a shit if it was a song, a choir verse. They're not going to give a shit. You're telling her you're going to beat the baby out of her. We're going to march her on the stand. She's going to say she was in your room and you beat her with a hammer and you beat her stomach and told her that she was going to push a dead baby out. That's the side of the story that's coming.
Does that even sound realistic to you?
Yeah, that actually really does.
Despite the voice notes playing back his own threats, Tyleek still tries to talk his way out of it. But every excuse he offers buries him deeper in contradictions you'll soon see. For now, detectives can see he's struggling to explain the texts and recordings already laid out in front of him. So they decide it's time he comes face to face with the consequences of his actions.
Does that look realistic? I don't know. Do these pictures look realistic? You want to look? Is that your name on her arm? Right. Do these look realistic? What do you think? What do you think?
I was there with her.
You were there with her?
As if I wasn't in the hospital with her.
I'm talking about this incident.
I was in the hospital with her.
You're asking me what I think a jury's going to think.
I said I was in the hospital with her. I didn't ask you anything.
I understand
You're
that.
asking me a question.
Before that, you said,
Before
what do you think I think?
I didn't ask you what you think. You asked me what I think.
Okay. Well, here's what I'm telling you. This is going to get rolled out, and they're going to see you sitting here. You don't give a shit. You're not saying, you're not coming up with any sort of, I don't know, this didn't happen, I was with her, she told me this, she told me that.
Let me respond to this first.
But even when that comes out of your mouth, you have no remorse, you don't care, nothing. You can see it in your face.
That's how you feel. They say, you don't feel this way. A kid died and I sat there and watched it be pushed out. What are you saying?
Yeah, and you got no emotion about it, you got no remorse about it, you got nothing.
You wanna know why? You might think that. I don't really care about what you think.
It might look crude, but showing an offender the aftermath of their actions has been proven to be a powerful psychological tool for breaking through denial. But not Tyleek, who has hardened his heart and is prepared for the worst case scenario.
You talk about something, you look like this and that.
I'm just saying, for your truth to be set free, you're not given anything to even come up with that.
Tyleek, emotions aside.
This does not help his case at all, and it's rightfully pointed out by the lead detective, who's only been professional and patient.
If I was in your shoes, and you're saying you're innocent, if I was in your shoes, I would come in here and be like, yeah, this is what she told me, this is what she said happened, okay? I wouldn't be preparing myself to go to county if you're saying you're an innocent person.
Either way, I will be going to Albany County, so that's I don't know what I'm a realistic person.
No one's told you you're going to county right now. No one said that besides you.
To get an arrest warrant, I know,
there's no arrest warrant.
You arrested me.
No.
You just kicked my door down.
We had a search warrant for your house. We couldn't talk to you if we had an arrest warrant.
You had a search warrant.
We had a search warrant for your house and you.
You have a search warrant.
It's not an arrest warrant. Nothing's been filed with the court at this point.
So,
but what you're sitting here saying is simply not true.
What have I said that's not true?
That you don't remember what she told you. That you weren't with her 2 weeks ago. We know all that stuff.
When we play the camera back, I could bet money. God forbid, God willing, it don't happen, but it already is. It's going to be an opening.
For the first time in over an hour, Tyleek Young starts answering questions. His story has gone from him being on pills, grieving his unborn child, and being blindsided by a betrayal he didn't see coming. And the story is only going to grow from here.
No. So you're at the hospital. When was the last time you saw her before that?
Probably about a week ago.
A week before the hospital?
Since after she left the hospital. I saw her since she left the hospital.
No. I'm saying...
You're saying...
Before she ended up in the hospital.
A couple of times. I don't know.
Okay. Like that previous week?
In general. A couple of times.
Okay. So you might have seen her the week of this incident that we're talking about.
Yeah. Might have been.
Okay.
Probably.
Where do you think you saw her, to the best of your memory? Her house, your house, outside?
Was this planned, or did Tyleek just snap in a moment of rage? That's one of the questions detectives need answered, because the gap between the two is decades in prison. Every piece of evidence so far points to premeditation, but detectives give him the benefit of the doubt.
Do you feel like you get unreasonably upset sometimes or can't control your anger? Do you think it's because of the drugs? Do you have that feeling at all?
Especially not off the drugs. I seem like a dickhead, bad person. From what you was...
No, I don't think so. Do you get jealous if she's talking to other guys, or you think she's talking to other guys? Like most guys would.
Not necessarily, but I guess if that's, in a way, I guess if that's what you want to, not necessarily, I wouldn't personally say the word jealous.
So when you guys were together 2 Thursdays ago, because that's when it was, May 15th, about 2 Thursdays ago, you're going through her phone, right? And you see her talking to some guys or something? Does that get you upset? But when you were with her on the 15th, before you guys went to the hospital, you were going through her phone, and you got upset because you started talking to what you thought was guys. You thought she was around.
No. Like I said, once again, I didn't find anything until fake after the situation.
Okay. So
That's why I fake was gone.
So she just doesn't have her cell phone. She lost her cell phone. She's saying Tyleek took it. No idea where it is. Your mom didn't buy her cell phone up at Walmart. Nothing like that. That's crazy.
While these questions appear random, they help build a psychological profile and narrow down possible motives. Before long, they pivot to a peculiar situation that could possibly explain Tyleek's motive. The detective has been expertly herding the questions to this moment. Now watch him pull the strings together.
Okay, she doesn't have her phone anymore. Your mom brought her to go get a new cell phone at Walmart, and she brought it from your house, so we know she came from your house. We know she was in your house. Now what happened inside is a conversation we're having right now. She doesn't have her phone. We took a bunch of phones out of your apartment. I'm assuming one's going to be hers. Okay, so what happened with her phone? Did you get upset because she was texting people and you just took it?
Pretty sure no, not Thursday and Friday.
Okay. Does that situation sound familiar?
I told you that after like the hospital, like the situation her going to the hospital, then I saw stuff on her phone, stuff like that.
I'm talking before.
Yeah, I said no.
That situation doesn't sound familiar.
No, you said anything about finding anything about her talking to niggas, this and that. Before, no.
Nothing.
Before the hospital, no.
Okay. Was there a physical altercation? Anything you guys got in a whatever? I'm not saying just you, because we know domestic stuff. Girls can be involved too. Was there a sort of physical altercation that happened in those days leading up to the hospital at your house?
Like, are you just saying in general prior to?
Yeah. Was there something that happened, like, that would have led to injuries like that, or led to other injuries?
No.
Nothing.
No, nothing happened that would have led to injuries like that.
Tyleek's girlfriend had told detectives that on the day of the assault, he took her phone and never gave it back. Officers later recovered several phones from his apartment, but the forensic results were not ready at the time of the interrogation, so they took a different approach. They decided to test his story against simple geography.
So how does a girl leave your apartment, get brought to Walmart by your mom to buy a new cell phone because she doesn't have hers, and then show up to the hospital with those injuries and a dead baby? How does that happen?
Originally, the baby wasn't even dead.
Right. What did you get mad about?
So what do you want, like...
I want to know what you got mad about. It's not a question of who did it. We know you did it. We know you beat her. We know you hit her with the rock that we took out of your room. We know you hit her with the hammer that we took the whole toolbox out of your room. It's all there. We want to know why you got upset. What made you so mad that you had to beat her with a rock? And
I don't even know
beat
why
her
you
stomach with a hammer.
The rock, I heard you say earlier, the rock with the painting on it, I heard you say something of that sort earlier. I do have a rock with a painting on it. The rock is damn near some handheld. I wouldn't even be able to do any like that anyway, because if you see it, it's a handheld rock.
Okay.
Literally, so.
Alright, forget the rock, let's move on to the hammer. Or a tool that was in your toolbox.
Definitely. Honestly, don't even know.
Did you just not want the kid? Did you?
Honestly, word to my dads, I wanted the kid. Like you said, y'all quote unquote got phones or whatever, this and that. If y'all really see, well, y'all wouldn't have no reason to necessarily look in the phone, necessarily. But even if y'all did, y'all would see. I'm talking to people who having a mini me, this and that, my sister, all types of different shit.
Not what we're saying.
Caught off guard, Tyleek barely makes sense as he rushes to defend himself. The detective painted an unsettling picture, and the circumstances surrounding that make it even worse. Months before the attack, Tyleek sent DMs on Facebook that he was going to beat the child out of his girlfriend. Not long after, she was in an emergency ward with hammer-inflicted injuries to her stomach. The threat and the act matched too cleanly to be a coincidence.
Your baby mom ends up at the hospital. You have no idea who beat her up. You don't give a f to find out who beat her up. You did drugs and you don't remember. That's really convenient. You didn't know that your mom took her to Walmart to buy a different phone? She wasn't all bloody. She wasn't all bloody in your house.
Never said I didn't know, because I was on drugs.
Do you understand how none of this makes any sense?
I did not say I didn't know because I was on drugs.
You said.
I said I don't remember. I'm just talking about in general. In general, I don't be remembering in general. A reason why.
And you told me
because I be doing drugs.
That's exactly
what
I
said. But you made it seem like as if I'm saying whatever possibly might have happened. I was off drugs that day. This and that. No.
While the distance between him and the detectives hasn't really closed, the detective's position lets him adjust at will. He leans in to seem closer to Tyleek as he tactfully engages the teen.
Never said that.
Well, if you're telling me you don't remember a conversation 2 weeks ago after your baby mom's got beat up at the hospital in regards to who potentially did it because of you...
She never specifically gave me a name. That was originally said in
But
general.
what did she say happened? That's what I asked you the first time. What did she say happened?
In general. And then you said I don't care. That I don't know why you said that anyway, because I already said it. Me personally, and she already knew that too. What am I going to the police about anything for anyway? I'm me. I don't need the police.
You didn't go to the police. We came to you.
Do this and that. No, I know. I'm just saying though, like, because you're saying I don't care, this and that. Well, I did care. I'm gonna handle it, talk to whatever I gotta do myself.
Guilty people make half truths, which is exactly what you're doing right now.
I don't necessarily. Okay.
Well, she didn't give me.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
She didn't give me a name at the hospital, but now I remember.
I remember what? I'm still not about to say nothing. I remember what?
I asked you.
Word to my dad, I've been said she never gave me no name, and even if she did, I wouldn't tell you. That was what I said about 10 minutes.
But when I asked you the first time, what did she say happened at the hospital? You just said, I don't remember. I was off drugs. But now you're saying, oh well, she didn't tell me a name. So what did she say happened?
I'm just saying it. But realistically, I'm gonna be honest. You fake going, not even you, but this conversation in general, fake going in a circle.
Dude, you're 27. Your 27-week-old unborn child's dead. I care more than you.
Okay. Like I was about to say.
You don't want to tell the police. You don't want to tell the police what might have happened.
Getting a little.
You're pretending to care.
That's the case process. Do the mugshot.
You know why? Because you beat her with a hammer. We have the injuries to prove it. We have the text to prove it. We have voice memos to prove it. Yeah, you're texting her mom. You're messaging her. You told the baby, and you're going to beat it out of her.
I texted her mom and said what? Nothing.
The same thing.
Nothing I said. I remember that for a fact though. Nothing I said to her mom was I just told her.
Even Tyleek notices the shift. Up to this point, the detective has been patient, calm, and almost conversational. But now the tone has changed. The soft approach is gradually being replaced by tougher and direct challenges to Tyleek's story.
That wasn't nothing crazy. You're saying that wasn't nothing crazy. I texted her mom. Her mom didn't know she was pregnant. I told her.
In your words, forcing you to have a kid. People that want kids don't need to be forced.
That was how long ago? That was before I didn't have a decision. About 5-6 months ago.
5 months.
About 5-6 months ago, exactly.
It's not looking good when your girlfriend ends up the baby beat out of her. And we got this guy who's saying, I didn't want it, you're forcing me to have it.
This is the most Tyleek has spoken at any point during the interrogation. But with all this said, detectives haven't gotten any useful information, so they leave him with something to think about.
Did you get to see?
Right.
You said you were there for...
Oh, I don't know what you were trying to show me.
You said you were there for when
you know I was there.
Look at it.
You know I was there.
Why would you look at it?
I don't know why you said that it. It's definitely not it, but...
Okay, what was it?
Like I said, once again...
What did you name it?
Like I said, once again...
What did you name
your child?
You heard me
from the beginning say I didn't name anything.
Does that bother you?
You heard me say that from the beginning. Literally.
Tyleek, does
Why
that
wouldn't
bother
it
you?
bother you? Why wouldn't it bother somebody?
Because it doesn't seem like you care.
Okay. You're repeating the same thing. What are you trying to get?
Just for you to tell the truth. That's it.
Have been. So what else are you trying to get?
You've done nothing but lie.
Now I've been telling half truths, and now I've been lying.
Correct.
Now you're lying.
A half truth is a lie.
Now you're lying.
I'll let you sit there, look at that, think about everything that's going on. You got anything else right now?
Nothing to really say. I got someone.
Alright.
That's the case. I need to take the mugshot, do this and that. Albany County Jail. I forget it, but
20 minutes alone gave Tyleek time to think. But unfortunately for him, it also let the detectives cross-check every answer he'd given against what they already knew. And when they come back into the room, they are here to point out contradictions. Like how he claimed he didn't know anything, but he showed up at the hospital. Or how he cared about that child, but they have weeks of threatening messages on his phone. Tyleek's bravado won't last much longer as officers piece the truth together.
Alright, let's have a reset, alright? You're saying I'm twisting your words up. I don't want to twist your words up.
you did.
Okay. Alright. Well, let's go through that. Let's reset. What am I twisting up? The part about what she was saying at the hospital?
I really don't even remember, honestly. At this point, you probably think I'm just saying it just to say it.
No, I don't.
I got short-term memory. I think that's the...
I feel like I do sometimes too. When were you made aware, this is a question I haven't asked you, when were you made aware that she was even up at the hospital? Your mom called you?
Yeah, I think so, but she might have told me, Kelly, but...
Okay.
Because I fake didn't know until... Nah. Yeah, I fake. I didn't know at first.
Words in your mouth. Tell me what you remember or don't remember, what she said to you about what might have happened.
I'm gonna be honest, niggas was not even talking like that in the hospital, bro. Like niggas was talking, I ain't gonna gas it, but I'm just saying, like, it wasn't that for the amount of time we was there, it wasn't that much conversation. Like, I'm chilling, I'm a weird sleeper, so I'm like, bro, all that accidentally relevant, but, oh, you got here?
Well, so you said at one point, you were like, she didn't tell me who did it. So I'm curious, and this is what I'm trying to get at, did she tell you anything else about it? Like, where?
So you're asking me, was any conversation, anything that happened, said about what happened?
Yeah, like, what was she saying to you?
During the days, it wasn't that much conversation about it, for real.
Tyleek literally can't make up excuses fast enough. The detectives are back for the why, when, and where, and even though it started with Tyleek being a brick wall, he's lost steam and is ready to help officers with what he knows. He finally offers an explanation for how his girlfriend ended up in the emergency ward, except that it's one of the most implausible stories they have heard in this building.
So as you sit here right now today, do you have any recollection or any memory of what someone told you, she told you, anyone else about what happened to her? How about where? Did she say where at all?
Pretty sure she was uptown.
Okay.
As in, you want me to just give you an example as in uptown? In general though, because we, like you said, we've been going around the same questions. Now we walked out for about 10, 15 minutes.
You're saying more. You're saying more.
Well, yeah, finally, yeah.
Right. This is what we've just been trying to do from the beginning. I'm not trying to press you. I just wanted your understanding of when you went up there, what she was saying, what you thought happened, what you believed happened, where, if you thought it was anyone specific. And correct me if I'm wrong, but what you're saying is right now, you thought someone violated her, don't know, and that it happened uptown.
People put hands on her. Let me go more into like writing terms. People attacked her, multiple people.
Mm-hmm.
She was uptown Albany, as in uptown, yeah. Like I really can't give an example. I don't know.
Okay.
Uptown.
Anything else?
She know.
You go like from when you were at the hospital that day, those conversations?
Anything that would necessarily be important, or just
Yeah, about the incident.
So yeah, nothing.
Like any word on who it was, anything like that?
Like I said, working my dad, I swear to God, she never told me anything about who it was. But so that's just.
One follow-up question is all it takes to bring the whole story down.
Let me ask you this. With that all in mind, why would she tell us it was you then?
That's definitely a good question.
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
I really and that's really what blows me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I probably could. I could name a bunch of reasons why, honestly. But it's like a real reason why you would lie and try to go to the police and put my freedom at risk. It's like why? And
yeah,
like I said, I could say why. Niggas knew I was fake gonna stop talking to her. Like I said, after the fact, I did end up finding her phone, this and that. But
how'd you end up finding stuff on her phone after the fact? Has she been over since she's been at the hospital?
I told you I saw her since she's been at the hospital.
Where'd you see her?
I answered the question.
Where'd you see her?
I answered the question. I'm gonna let you know I'm gonna repeat that. From now on, anytime I answer a question and you try to repeat and ask for the same thing, I don't know if you're trying to get me caught up or.
No. Did she come back? Did she come back to your house after this incident?
She came back to see me. She saw me.
Okay. About how many days after do you think? Like she got out of the hospital?
I don't know after.
No idea.
After she went out, after being discharged from the hospital.
But here is what actually happened on Orange Street. Tyleek took his girlfriend's phone after suspecting that she was cheating on him by talking to other men. He then locked her inside his bedroom, and during that time, he beat her severely, using a hammer from his toolbox to hit her on her stomach over and over again. The hammer blows had ruptured her placenta, causing intense bleeding. She was admitted in critical condition, barely clinging to life as medical staff prepared her family for the worst. And this is where the interrogation reaches its breaking point.
Where did she come see you? Where were you guys after the hospital? Where did you guys meet up?
Together.
I got that location-wise. So again, this is where you're getting back into your lies. We know she didn't come see you.
No, I'm not lying at all.
Okay.
I don't need to lie at all.
She didn't have her phone. You had her phone. Your mom brought her to your mom brought her to Walmart to buy a new phone. She didn't have her phone. So there would have been no phone for you to go through.
Make that make sense about what you just said now.
You said
earlier. You said wait. Let me finish. Earlier you said, Mom, I guess she bought her a phone before she brought her to the hospital. Days, and she was at the hospital for days.
Right.
Now you're saying I couldn't have linked her after the fact or saw her, to be exact, after the fact because she didn't have a phone, this or that. But you just said she had a phone and my mom bought her. So if that's the case, she would have the phone.
Let me.
How would I not be able to reach out? Make that.
Yeah, let's explain. So she went and got a new phone before she went to the hospital because she didn't have her phone. You had it. So if you're saying she came over after she got out of the hospital with her phone that would have had these messages on it, that's not true. You already had her phone. She had a new track phone. She had a phone. She wasn't texting anyone on that phone. So this is where you're getting back into your lies. Tyleek, I know you understand this is serious and you're not a kid anymore.
Exactly.
I don't.
So that's why.
I don't know if you know what you're looking at otherwise, though, as you sit here and lie and not tell the truth.
I don't even know.
You're looking at 3 Class B violent felonies.
I don't even lie.
You're lying. All you're doing is lying. Let me ask you a question. Do you not want to tell us what happened because you don't believe she's going to cooperate with us?
No. Why would I not believe that? If she already lied on me and told y'all this and that, why wouldn't I think that?
Yeah.
Make that make sense. That would make 0 sense.
I mean, this is what she gave us, right?
Right.
Here's her signature. Boom. 1, 2, 3.
I believed you before you said anything.
So I don't know why you sit here and continue to tell us lies.
There wouldn't be no reason for you to lie to me.
After the gruesome experience and the pain of child loss, the girlfriend walked investigators through every detail of what happened in that house. She also provided evidence that clearly called out Tyleek as the perpetrator. By the time the search warrant was signed, the case against him was already built. Tyleek's uncooperation only serves to hurt his defense. And in minutes, the lead detective makes sure he understands that.
I'm not lying about
As
anything.
we sit here, we have enough evidence and facts. You are going through motions of lying, provable lies that we can prove, okay?
Now, one thing you can't prove
She
out
has
is a lie.
physical marks all over her body coming from your house, again. So this is what I'm trying to say, people in your position, in your seat, I don't envy that. But people in your position get confused because they think if I sit here and lie, hold on. If I sit here and lie, it'll be better in the long run. Whereas if something happened, you guys got in a fight, and you guys were going at one another, and there's an explainable reason as to why she has these marks, bruises on her, and the baby happened to die because of whatever fight you guys might have gotten into, that's explainable. What's not explainable is Tyleek sat here in room 5 of the Albany Police Department, lied for 3 hours, got shown a picture of his deceased unborn child, and fostered no emotions. No one can look at that and not be emotional.
Now answer this, I've been letting you talk this whole time. What emotions would you really expect me to show? Be realistic about that.
Be pissed off. Be pissed off. Want to find out who did it. Want to help the police to find out who killed their 27-week-old unborn child.
How do you think?
Tyleek, you don't care.
How do you think?
You don't care.
Anything else?
Tyleek,
But what you just said.
you don't care.
But what you just said prior.
What
Think
did I
about
say?
that.
The time alone did exactly what detectives hoped it would, and Tyleek, who wouldn't turn his head 3 hours ago, is now arguing back, defending himself. It's a very unusual session as the detectives employ every weapon in their arsenal.
I already done told the truth enough, and it hasn't helped anything.
I don't think a baby
It's
killer-
not niggas trying to
I don't think a baby
get a
killer
little
smart.
aggressive.
I'm not getting aggressive.
No, I'm saying like you raising your voice and all that. That was like, trying to get a little aggressive and. It's 3 hours.
Why do you think I'm raising my
What
voice?
do you think you're getting out of that? Out of showing me?
I don't know.
person that was
How
there.
does this make you feel?
How do you think that's making you feel?
This is your kid.
That's your son.
That's your seed.
Like I said once again.
That's
what are you
your
getting out of
seed.
that?
That's your son.
The
What are
lowest
you
thing a
doing?
human could probably do is kill that.
I don't know why you're saying that to me.
Especially your own kid.
I don't know why you're saying that to me.
Because you beat her with a hammer. You beat her with the rock in your room.
Like, you believe that?
Did they tell you how he died?
You believe that?
So it's called a placental abruption, right? So the organ that feeds him, the organ that gives him oxygen, the organ that gives him life, was torn away from the inside of her. So his last time on this earth was him having nothing.
From his dad.
He had nothing.
Watch your mouth.
He had absolutely
I'm
nothing.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really trying not to violate. Like, get disrespectful. Y'all wouldn't care anyway. Y'all go home at the end of the day. So it's like, y'all wouldn't care. But it's just like, I'm not gonna even get anything out of that. Me violating, trying to disrespect.
Why are you automatically going to violate him? Why are you going to the truth?
Because
Telling us what
he's
happened.
like,
What
oh, you
really
did
happened.
this and that. You're saying I
Ellie,
killed my what?
If you got
So
mad
why-
and couldn't control it, just say it.
What did I? Oh, you talking about right now? Or
No.
I was
No.
about to say I wouldn't get mad. I'm just saying, like, it
This
just
incident-
suck my dick, this and that. Like, bring me to the county. That's what it would all be. It's just,
that's
what
all-
am I-
that's all
It's not a
child
question. Those injuries happened inside your apartment. It's
That-
not a question.
And that's how your son died.
Why? There's cameras all over.
I don't know why.
We can disprove everything else. She came from your house. Your mom brought her to the hospital. Why would your mom go buy her cell phone before bringing your battered girlfriend to the hospital first? Does that make sense? Any normal person would just say, get directly to the hospital.
Saying that because I didn't even know she was at the hospital originally until later that day. Like I said, once again.
Well, she came
It's
from,
like y'all said.
she
other
came from your
hospital-
house.
She came from your house. Your mom drove her to Walmart, bought her a new phone, tried to take her to a different hospital first, took her to another hospital, then eventually she had to be transferred to another hospital. Like, there's just a lot here going on, and we got no truth from you.
The tactics the detectives use are almost painful to watch. But with each piece of evidence shown to him, Tyleek displays no remorse and refuses to cooperate with the detectives. 2 hours in, they have exhausted every angle, and none of it has produced a confession. Tyleek believes he can walk into court and walk right back out. But the detectives know otherwise, and they make one final appeal, hoping he'll see reason.
Also,
Well, if I ever saw someone premeditate something that they were going to do, it's you. Because we have text messages, we have voice memos of you saying you're going to kill her and the unborn child. And look what happened. Look where we are. Look where Kelly came from. Tyleek Young's house, 235 Orange Street. Whose mom brought Kelly to the hospital? Oh, Tyleek Young's mom. What a coincidence. Where's Kelly's phone? I don't know. She had to go buy a new one at Walmart. Why? Because Tyleek has it. Why? Because Tyleek beat her with a hammer and beat her with a rock. That's what the jury's going to hear. They're going to see you sitting here, not saying lying to us, and we're going to disprove all those lies, and you're going to look like a bag of shit. You're going to look like you killed your own baby, because you did, and you're not man enough to say it. You're 18 now, I'm telling you.
Well, you're right. This is your opinion.
We know you did it. Whether or not you want to believe that, I don't care. We know you did. And we have enough evidence to prove that, and we're going to prove it. I want to know if there was a reason why you did it. If it was purely just to abort the baby, you weren't really looking to hurt her, whatever. If you got so angry over something that you did something you didn't want to do, or if there was just some fight that you guys had or malicious intent. A lot of times there's explainable parts of this, but you sitting here and saying what you're saying, it's not going to help you.
The furthest Tyleek Young has gone is acknowledging that he visited his girlfriend at the hospital. Even after hours of questioning, mountains of evidence, and detectives practically walking him through the timeline themselves, he still refuses to fully admit what happened inside that apartment. But in trying to protect himself, he may have unintentionally dragged his own mother into the center of the investigation. While he may not care for himself, detectives hope he at least cares for his mother, who is inadvertently entangled in this case.
It's not just a kid dying, it's a baby being murdered. Like, literally being murdered.
Well, yeah.
Because he got beat with a hammer till it suffocated to death. That's what we're telling you.
So, that... I don't even know what I was about to say. Niggas coming over.
Why am I bringing your mom up? Because I am...
No, I get what you're telling me. You're letting me know.
Yeah.
Like, but it's like... That's not the facts, and it's like, okay.
According to the timeline, instead of driving straight to the ER, Tyleek's mother made an unexpected stop at the mall first. A decision so bizarre that detectives now have to consider whether she knew more about what happened inside that apartment. They hope she'll be more willing to talk.
You can hang on to what you think, and you could sit here and lie. That's fine. We'll talk to mom. We'll do what we got to do with your mother that you dragged into this, and we'll let
drag her into.
Well, it is. You did already. It's done, and we'll let this play out how it's going to play out, and we know how it's going to play out.
To everyone's dismay, the interrogation ended without a confession from Tyleek Young. But regardless, the evidence on the ground painted a picture far more disturbing than anything Tyleek was willing to say out loud. On the night of May 15th, 2025, Tyleek Young held his 19-year-old girlfriend captive in his bedroom on Orange Street for more than 12 hours. He took her phone first, then he locked the door, and for the next half day, he stood over a woman 6 months pregnant with his child and beat her with his hammer. When his mother found out what had happened, she drove the girlfriend to the emergency room, but there was a detour. She stopped at Walmart to buy a new phone first because Tyleek still had hers. Then made a stop at the wrong hospital where the staff couldn't handle the severity of her injuries. By the time she reached Albany Medical Center, the 19-year-old had lost a lot of blood. She was 27 weeks pregnant at the time, and the attack caused a ruptured placenta, killing the unborn child, and left her fighting for her own life. In September 2025, Tyleek pleaded guilty to a 5-count indictment, including 2 counts of first-degree assault, second-degree kidnapping, and 2 counts of third-degree robbery. He was sentenced 2 months later to 20 years in state prison, followed by 5 years of post-release supervision. The court also denied his request for youthful offender status, meaning Tyleek will be 38 before he is eligible for release. What started as childish suspicion and rage inside that apartment spiraled into something far more permanent, with one life taken before it ever had the chance to begin. Another permanently scarred both physically and emotionally, and an 18-year-old facing the next 2 decades confronting the consequences of his own actions. If you enjoyed our production, make sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to watch the next one.